I've had a lot of people ask me like, well, what is a silent retreat? What do you do during a silent retreat? And this video is all about just explaining what I did. Let me tell you first and foremost what a silent retreat is not, because I want to make sure that we have some baseline guidelines here. I've got my notes here. One is that it is not about suffering. I don't know about you, but I've been through a lot of men's retreats where it's a lot of suffering. It's like sacrificing no caffeine and no coffee and no desserts and no enjoyment in a sense, right? It's actually you're doing the hard work but not finding any enjoyment out of it. So that's not what a silent retreat is about. In fact, it's actually the opposite of that. It's also not about time management either. This is actually one of those opportunities that you're going to have to work on a project for as long as you want. There's no time management. You can get up when you want, you go to bed when you want. You want to take a nap, you take a nap, right? But if you want to work till 3 o'clock in the morning, you work until 3 o'clock in the morning. So there's no time management in a silent retreat. And the other thing is that there's no distractions either, right? So you want to put your phone away. You might want to put it on airplane mode if you get distracted too much, right? You don't want to necessarily turn the TV on if it's a distraction to you. You don't want to necessarily check your emails because obviously you can get distracted by it, right? So those are the things that a silent retreat is not about. So what is silent retreat about? Well, it's really about getting you out of your place, right? So change of place, change of pace equals change of perspective. It's a great quote that Mark Batterson has talked about and written in a lot of his books. And when I discovered this, it was something that I really gravitated towards. And listen, silent retreats, whether it's a 48-hour or 72-hour silent retreat, sometimes I've done a 24-hour silent retreat just because that's what time allotted for me to do. But just also understand that it also will evolve as well too. The silent retreats that I used to take back a couple years ago do not look like the silent retreats I take now. Back in the day, I would go up to our family cabin where I had no cell phone coverage at all. I didn't have any internet. I didn't have any TV. I couldn't even read YouTube, even to get music or to watch videos. So it was very, very rustic, so to speak. But I had some very specific projects that I was working on, and it was completely fine. That's not what my silent retreats look like now. So I would say this, as you're looking and planning out your silent retreat, I want you to be thinking about a couple things. I want you to be thinking about getting into flow state and to flame time. Now, you've heard about me talk about flame time, but flow state is creating an environment where you just feel at ease. Just feel at ease, and it's easy for you to get into work mode or project mode for that matter. So what do? You got to create an environment that you just enjoy everything around you. So everything from, just think of all your senses, right? So your smell and your sight and your sound, right? The things that you like, the feel of everything that you have around you. So comfortable clothes, food, great food that's around you. The food that you might not even allow yourself to have the most of the time. This is that time to let yourself have it, right? The cookies and the crackers and the snacks and the different types of food that maybe, like I said, you're just too disciplined, you don't allow yourself to have them. This is the time to allow yourself to have them. You want to, once again, you want to be comfortable, right? So go stay at a place that you have comfortability in. I'm not a big hotel fan because I don't think that you can literally, unless the hotel is big enough. If you have what we have right here, like this living room and a kitchenette and dining room and stuff, like that's perfect because I can move around in different areas of my space. I even have a great patio as well too. Weather has not permitted it, but at least I have a great patio that I could go and enjoy if the weather did. You also, once again, I go back to this thing, you have no timetable. So when you have your list of projects, which I encourage you to do a brain dump of all of the specific projects that you know that you need to hammer out and get completed or at least get started in, you want to work on it until you're just done with it, right? Done with it mentally or done with it actually completed. I will work on projects from anywhere from a half an hour to 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. It's just a matter of how long my bandwidth can take it and how my mental state can take it. And then I'll either move on to another project, maybe that's not demanding to me for complete mental fortitude through it, or I'll go and exercise, or I'll grab something to eat, or I'll just go walk around, do something different. But the great thing about not having a timetable is it doesn't matter if you eat lunch at 12 o'clock or at 3 o'clock. It doesn't matter if you eat breakfast at 9 o'clock or at noon. You have no timetable. So you just do what your body is telling you to do. You do what your mind is telling you to do that you can do. So those are the biggest things when it comes to a silent retreat. And as I said before, understand first time that you do a silent retreat is not going to look like the third time you do a silent retreat. You're going to continue to evolve. You're going to figure out the things that you need. You're going to figure out the things that you don't need, and you're going to continue to adjust. Understand that a silent retreat is all about you getting back into that flow state, that flame time, doing the things that you love to do, the passion that you have for the work that you're doing. This is what a silent retreat is all about. So you get to move the needle on the 20% that actually moves the needle in your business or in your life. So anyways, hope that gives you a good explanation of what a silent retreat looks like. It has been a blast for me to do that this week. I'm so grateful that I have such an amazing relationship with my wife and our kids that they allow me to get away and do this. And so I just encourage you, I hope that you have a good relationship with your spouse and your family so that they know how valuable this is, not only to you, but also to the things that you guys are trying to do as a family and as a couple. So, all right, that's what I got for you right now.